Hey guys, what's up? Alec coming at you with another stock market investing video. And today we're going to be talking about a singular stock that is so hyped. It's very overhyped. Everyone's talking about it. So stay tuned to find out what that stock is in about 1 minute. But before that, let's kind of just go over the week. Last week we had a pretty crazy week. I'm up 11% in the week. I'm sure some of your guys' profiles look the same. You should be up about 4 or 5%. Some of my students are even showing me they're up like 30% in the week too, doing even better than I am. So with that being said, a lot of the stocks on Friday were red. Joe Biden has won officially. I'm sure you guys have all seen the news. So if you didn't catch my video from 2 uploads ago, you'll actually see those are the best stocks to actually buy if Biden's winning. And just to do a quick recap, it's like gold, cannabis stock, some healthcare is very good right now, and then also solar energy, EVs are all very, very good too. Right now, you see actually crypto has taken a spill. It's about down 6% on Saturday today, with Litecoin down 6%, ETC down 6%, and BTC down 4.5%. Now, with all these stimuluses and everything, I read a fact that it was 20% of all the money in America was actually printed within like the last 5 years, which is a huge amount, which means that our dollar is getting a little bit saturated. So now definitely is the time you do want to maybe get serious about Bitcoin a little bit. A lot of bigger companies and bigger corporations are getting serious about Bitcoin. And also maybe start investing in gold too, because as the dollar goes down just from the oversaturation of the US dollar, gold prices will go up because more people were resorting to that, and also Bitcoin. So with that being said, let's get into the stock that today's topic of the video is going to be about. It's all going to be about NIO stock. So ticker symbol NIO. I'm sure you guys are all familiar with this stock. So you guys know I rate stocks on a buy, hold, or wait for sale scale. So we'll go over what I think about NIO overall, and we'll go over the financials of NIO to see if it's a good stock. But right off the bat, you can kind of see that I've been investing in NIO for a long time. So you'll actually see that I actually bought NIO at about $3 and something cents. I bought 7 shares at $3, and I also bought another share at $3. I bought 10 more shares at $2.60, and then I end up shorting the stock, and I sold pretty early on it. But let's look at the actual market cap, the statistics. So the market cap's $45 billion, which is really good. It's like 10x the market cap was like just $4 billion, not that like a year ago or less. The average volume is 200 million, which is everyone's trading it right now. And then if you look over at PE ratio, usually when it's blank like that, it's a not profitable company, which means they haven't made a dollar yet. So we'll get into that a little bit later. So the first most important thing I want to go about this video is the good news on NIO and what I like about them. And NIO is backed by the Chinese government. So you'll see right here, without the government support, NIO would be dead in the water. NIO cars are made by JAC Motors. And if you click on this one, NIO's future depends more on the Chinese government more than ever. The EV startup weathered the pandemic, but the cost of its bailout is becoming clear, which we'll get into in a second. They have a lot of debt and a lot of liabilities, which we'll go over in a second as well. But NIO also recently finalized a $1 billion bailout from a local government in China. And the price the company had to pay to survive is becoming increasingly apparent. And you'll also see now NIO once had ambitions to sell cars in Europe and US and London as well. And keep in mind, they have to compete with Tesla, which we'll get into a little bit later. Tesla, you don't want to mess with them. Their EV technology is miles ahead of anyone else. They've had EVs, electric vehicles, on the road for over 5 years now. So all that data that Tesla has and the proficiency of owning a Tesla is levels ahead of NIO. Nobody's even close to Tesla. So in my opinion, we're not going to see NIO selling cars in the US and Europe because Tesla basically has a lockhold on the game and they're not letting go. There's also talks of Tesla making a $12,000 smart car, $12,000 to $15,000 smart car to compete with NIO. and they're going to blow NIO out of the water and make it affordable for everyone to own a Tesla. Also, this article was pretty interesting, so you can kind of read it on your own time. Go ahead and type in the headline of the article. You'll be able to find it. Or you can even just type in NIO Chinese government and read through all this stuff as well. So is NIO better than Tesla? While both companies trade at a similar valuation, a price to sales multiple of about 13.5 based on projected 2020 revenue, NIO is growing more quickly, but Tesla might be the safer bet, which I agree with. Tesla sales grew by 15% last year and could potentially pick up to 30% in 2020. So this is another good article that you can read. It's a Forbes article. Should you pick NIO over Tesla? And in my opinion, Tesla is a clear-cut winner. There's no competition at all. In my opinion, we're not going to be seeing, NIO in the U.S. or Europe. I mean, the only reason they're doing what they are is, you guys already saw, they were backed heavily by the Chinese government, which gave them a bailout of $1 billion. Now, here's a clear graph right here, revenue with NIO and revenue with Tesla. So you can see the explosive growth with Tesla's had over 2016 to 2020. And NIO in 2018, they're barely doing anything. Now, in 2020, they're actually doing something because they got the bailout. But if we read up a little bit here, Tesla deliveries grew about 50% last year to 368,000 vehicles and were expected to rise about 29% in 2020, driven by the launch of the Model Y and the opening of the Chinese factory, which is huge. And then NIO is in its earlier phases of growth, with revenues spanning about 56% last year, with growth likely to pick up over 90% in 2020. So NIO is still a growth monster, don't get me wrong, but keep in mind it's 10x. So the valuation's pretty much already priced in for all that revenue growth that they're going to be experiencing. So I would say that NIO is still a high risk stock. I'm not saying don't invest in NIO overall, but they're a little bit more high risk. And then you'll see it ends with Tesla's the safer bet, while NIO's faster recent growth and unique innovations, which allows customers to subscribe for car batteries rather than paying for them up front. And it's interesting. We think it remains riskier investment compared to Tesla. NIO is focused on the Chinese EV market, which is extremely competitive with several hundreds of players, including Tesla. Don't forget, they're a player. They have a Chinese factory. Scaling up production quickly is also not going to be an easy task for NIO. The company has also faced quality challenge, which is important. In the past year, last year, it recalled about 5,000 vehicles, guys, after reporting several fires. So the thing is, you're not seeing Tesla reporting 5,000 vehicles because they already got their technology down pat and nobody's messing with Tesla. I'll tell you right now, Tesla is definitely the future. And then it goes on to say, and it remains to be seen if it can scale up production while maintaining quality for NIO. So we have NIO's earnings, and you'll actually see that they have been negative on earnings every year. They haven't made a dollar. You go to their net income, and they're negative. They've been losing money. They lost $370 million in 2016. They lost $750 million in 2017, and it just keeps increasing. In 2018, they're not profitable. They haven't made a single dollar. They were negative $1.4 billion. And then in 2019, they're negative $1.6 billion. So this is a company that hasn't made one single dollar of profit yet. And it just gets even worse, too. You look at their balance sheet, and it's one of the worst balance sheets I've ever seen in my life. If you go to 2019, you see their assets are $2.1 billion, and their total liabilities right now are $2.7 billion. Wow. Have you guys ever seen that before? Where their total liabilities $2.7 billion and total assets of $2 billion. So if anything, what that means in short, if any challenges occur with this company, which a lot can happen because they're a newer company that's starting to ramp up production, they won't be able to bail themselves out. And you already saw, guys, the Chinese government bailed them out one time already. I don't know if they're going to bail them out again. That's really the only thing that NIO, in my opinion, has going for them is the Chinese government's backing them up. Because if anything happens, they don't have cash at all. There's no cash on hand, and they're not going to be able to pay back their debt. is a huge thing. So that's why you see their liabilities increasing, is because they can't pay back their debt, is because they're not a profitable company yet. So I'm not here to say that, you shouldn't invest in NIO or they're a bad company. I'm just trying to open your guys' eyes a little bit and realize that it's still a high risk company investing in NIO. And just because people are hopping on the bandwagon and there's so much hype around the stock doesn't necessarily mean that you as an investor should invest in it. You should do your research. Always do your own research before investing into a company. Look at the balance sheet, look at the income statement. We learn a lot about this in my close friends group, and I post analytics all the time in my close friends group just like this, and we go over technical analysis together as well. All my students always DM me and ask me what I think, so I'll be more than happy to look at balance sheets, income statements with you guys. Just DM me if you guys want to get on the close friends list. I have a few more spots open for this month. They are going quick. This was just a short video, kind of give you guys an insight about NIO. If you did enjoy it, go ahead and hit a thumbs up on this video. It'll be greatly appreciated. It only takes 1 second out of your day and it helps me a lot. Comment on the video what you think, if you like Tesla or if you like NIO a little bit better, or if you like both of them as well. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit the subscribe button. Make sure you check if you're subscribed so you get these videos. And until next time, guys, remember, don't time the market, buy the market. Peace.